And
Nice round by SK. I mean, I've seen in the lines went up 6-0 on them, I believe. Maybe it was 5. I believe it was 6-0. And SK actually won like 8 or 9 rounds in a row. I think the SK got, or actually, sorry, SK didn't win 9 rounds in a row, but they got 6, and then they got 10 on CT. So Navi still have to be careful. SK aren't just because you got a bunch of rounds on CT versus SK, even on a T-sided map, doesn't mean you won. You still have to try on all these rounds. You know, like I think a lot of teams 6 rounds on CT, they'd even be content losing out versus like because T-side.
They'd be. I think maybe that might be a little strong way to put it. I think they'd be okay just doing their normal stuff. Like I don't think they would feel the need to take a lot of risks anymore.
Yeah.
And try to get rounds, and you do need to take risks for the most part on CT side of Dust 2. And Markelov is about to see someone at long here in just a second.
I don't know if you agree, but I think the only team that doesn't have to take risks consistently is SK, though. They are the only ones that can.
Well, they do have the most skill,
yeah.
So it makes sense. Markelov picks out Robin at long, and SK is about to split A again. Three players going up cat. Will be met by Forest here, but I think Senya might be pushing out long. So that spells trouble for SK, as he's going to see the entire team going up cat and be able to tell his teammates to over-rotate.
Yeah, Say9's actually on a really nice flank. He's going a bit slow, though, and he's not actually going up cat. He thinks they're going B.
Ooh, and a nice head stack by SK. Delpan takes out Markelov.
Force knows that Say9's going to be flanking. Oh, gets so blind. Nice flash by him. Delpan's really got to hit some shots this round.
And Senya plays it smart now in cat instead of just peeking and committing for that peak. He's just staying alive. That was smart. Really nice that was really smart play by Senya.
Yeah, Senya pretty much won that round. I think most people on a flank that quick wouldn't have flashed because they would think that they would be unexpected.
Yeah.
And that got him the kill on Forest.
Plus, just the fact that he flanked to begin with and didn't just hold long.
Yeah.
I feel like had he first of all had Forest killed him in cat, I think SK would have won that round.
Yeah. I mean, Forest did get a bit unlucky on the timing, but yeah, Essendon played really smart there. Which is why I'm always surprised when people want to cut him. I mean, you can't have 5 people on a team with 0.8 FPR at tournaments. Like, you have to have that guy that isn't doing that great all the time. But he's one of those players that isn't doing great, but at the same time he is, even though his stats don't show it.
Sure you can. You just have to win every match 16-5. I mean, that's easy to do, right? Starix kills Robin from lower B. SK's in a weakish buy.
Force kind of trapped here on cat.
And right now Navi is doing exactly what SK did. Excuse me again, and SK did to them. Yeah, SK. They're just pushing so much. SK is not really sure what to do. They keep getting pushed all over the map and just getting picked. Delpan last man alive right now with just 16 health. Just running up the middle, and it looks like he's actually gonna go long.
I mean, I'm still convinced that SK can grind out a couple more rounds on this T side. Personally, I think that Face is maybe the most individually skilled Dust 2 T side player. Some of the things that I see this guy do on this map, I don't know if he's just good.
Oh, Delpan misses a really easy kill on Markelov.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone else notices, but I feel like Face, this map just really suits him on T side. It's kind of unfortunate that the rest of his team isn't that great of Dust players. Maybe Delpan.
Delpan is good on Dust 2, but I feel like that's kind of it. I think Dust 2 really, like, for how good Forest and Get Right is, like, clearly two of the top 3, top 4 players in the world. I feel like they've never been that great on Dust 2 in comparison to other maps. And it's a save round for SK right now. They're just getting mowed down in middle by Starix and Zeus, and it makes it 9-1 for Navi.
Another interesting point is when SK and Navi play, it feels like they always go up big. Like Navi on Inferno went up 12-3. The last time they played at SEC, they went 14-1 on T-side Tuscan. They seem to be able to just run SK into the ground on some certain sides of maps. Even if SK does sometimes end up winning anyway.
SK just slowing it down. Once again, not really doing anything. Just just trying not to get picked early on to give themselves a fair chance.
What do you think they should be doing to beat Navi right now?
Well, I think they should be doing mid to B splits more, and I feel like just splitting up A from Cat and Long would probably work as well. That's how they won their only round. I just feel like almost every round that they've lost has been due to some push by Navi. Even now, Forest gets picked early on, thanks to a flash from Senion. SK just going up Cat again with 3 people.
The SK was actually... Navi does like keeping 2 towards the B side. Edward always seems to be playing the right side of middle, which I think enables SK to take A pretty easily, but they... Get right just dropping into spawn.
The problem with taking A is that they have the world's best Greylopper holding that, and he's always likely to get a couple of kills.
Their face takes out Markloff. He needs to get this bomb down.
And it looks like he will. Unless Sanya just pushes up long. We'll see. I don't think he's going to see him through the smoke. Robin and Cat takes out Edward, and he knows Starix is there as well.
Face has to be aware of Saint 9 right now. If he gets his kill on Saint... Oh, nice kill by Robin. This should be around for SK.
Face gets dinged, but gets a kill. Okay, so for a second, let's think if SK wins out now and they get 6 rounds, who do you favor in the second half? Do you think do you think Navi are still big favorites, or do you think SK's ability to get around the CTs counts enough that you would assume they'd get 10 rounds, let's say, if they win pistol?
If they win pistol, I think SK are always able to come back. I still, obviously, with this half, you have to favor Navi going into the second half, but yeah, I definitely think that SK is capable. I think SK can get 12-3 and still tie, but I don't think it's likely. I just think that they have the capability to do it.
Yeah, and Edwards pushed up lower B right now. Gets 2 kills early.
Garrett kind of missing a little bit of an easy shot there.
Yeah, Garrett definitely should have gotten that kill. And look at Navi, they're just swarming all over the map. Starix is already up the middle, and he's gonna flank Forest along here. And that'll be the end of Forest this round. Oh, it gives him the knife.
Delpen really should just save this off.
He did let
Oh, Delpen, 2 nice frags by him.
You better hope.
This is a winnable round for Delpen.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you better hope Delpen doesn't win the round, because Starix let Forrest kill one of his teammates by taking so long to knife him.
They are really far away, so if Delpen gets back plat and Starks... This is up to Starks to not die right here. If Starks lets Delpen win, it's still a hard round for him, but Markloff has an op, and it's really hard to kill that back plat guy. He can just jump around. Nice retake by Navi. Use of flashes.
Yeah, those a good flash from Markloff, and then ganked up on him well. It was a nice retake. So 10-2 for Navi right now. Edward at the top of the scoreboard with a score of 14-6, followed up by Starix 13-4.
Really an even half by Navi though. Like overall, they've all been putting
everybody's putting in effort. From SK, pretty even too. It's just the other way around. No one's really doing much. SK in a buy around some Galils and Deagles. Not a ton of money right now. Robin gets dinged through the wall.
They can't really afford to save anymore, though. They have to like
they have to go for these rounds. And it looks like they're going to be doing a mid to B split now. There goes the push.
Markloff in the T-spawn is going to get flashed and blinded. Edward takes out 3 in the middle.
Yep. The first guy coming out of mid actually still had his flash out. I think otherwise Edward would have been dead because he was still moving. So it's kind of bad timing for SK. Forrest left all alone, in a 1 versus 4, and it doesn't look good. Gets the first kill, gets the second kill.
Super nice shot on Edward.
He's down to 2 health though.
Yeah.
Let's see if you can kill Senya here in the tunnel. Nope.
Sending crawl peeks him.
Yeah, it must be annoying for Forrest too to get peak like that, because you gotta figure if this has. I feel like Forrest has the advantage in almost every peak. I mean, unless this thing just peak really well, but any like 50-50 shot, I'd always give Forrest the advantage against pretty much everybody in the world. And it's an eco for SK, which means they're gonna try to score 3 rounds total in this half.
Bomb down and B.
Looked like I thought he might have now started planning for a long time because it took him so long. That would have been a big mistake if he just tried to get the kill instead.
Yeah, I mean, they need this last round. A 13-2 half is almost impossible to come back from. You know, 12-3, it's looking pretty grim for SK if they don't get this last round, but...
Well, at least 3 rounds gives a little more margin for error.
Like, SK pretty much has to go up 5-0, and then, like, lose that round or the next, and then start winning again. Like, that's how you come back.
Dania is opping right now, just letting you know. Obviously didn't end up well, he missed a really easy shot. Zeus is opping too. Okay, Navi has 5 ops. So I guess they're just trying to mess with SK right now. Zeus with a couple of kills out long just dives into the action.
Edward, the only one with a cold. I guess he might have picked that up.
Yeah, he picked that up.
Oh, that was a pretty random kill, actually.
Okay, Agile TV really needs to stop lagging out for me. Stick a retrying.
Yeah, Edward is just sitting there. Stark's 22 HP. Robin in a winnable scenario, but his HP is really low. Well, actually, pretty interesting peek by Robin. He picked the elevator box from the crack in the site. Edward's gonna fall all the way back to catwalk. Probably a smart play. It's really hard to come up that ramp. You're almost at a disadvantage the whole time when you go up there.
Your only chance basically to post up for a peek and hope you get peeked. Robin's still looking at spawn. Finally realized Edward's top A. Both players missing a little bit. Robin gets the kill.
I think it was a good idea for Robin to stand his ground versus Edward right there.
And that was actually... Robin was actually... he won a 1 versus 2, and then he got 2 kills in that 2 versus 3 earlier. So he was a big part of winning 2 of the 3 rounds SK won.
Yeah, I think the other round was for Face getting a couple of kills.
Yeah. What do you think about Navi's decision to just 5 up? Do you think that actually messes with SK at all?
I don't think it's going to mess with people like Forrest and them, but I definitely think it would annoy Get Right the most. He seems to be pretty emotional, especially in these intense matches. When he is doing badly and then a team 5 ops versus him online, you got to say that's got to kind of annoy him. Just with how much of a, you know, when he loses, he seems so devastated in some of the clips and stuff. Second half looks like they're not starting very quickly, but SK's probably got to talk. I mean, maybe they want to calm down a little bit. So
what do you think SK needs to do right now to have a chance of coming back into this map?
I think that this map, for them to win, they have to win pistol. They can't let Navi win any dumb force buys or buys in the first 5 rounds. I think they have to go up 5-0. Like, that's like a minimum requirement for them. 5-0, they got to lose their first round at 5 or 6, and then win the following round and break their money, and then repeat. Like, win 4 more rounds, lose. Like, they're probably going to be looking for a tie, I would say, if they're being realistic.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that even if they lose this map, if they can get like an 8-4 half or something, kind of build up their confidence a bit, then they can kind of, you know, blame it on, you know, first map, we just woke up, you know, it's early, you know, blah blah blah, we're not so good on the first matches or whatever, and kind of play that off. But if they just get 16-3'd right now, that can't